Like, she might be my mama. You got a mama that lay it down every time you get right. That's right. Sometimes my mama work like that. All right. Hey, man.
No, that's what I'm giving you. So $20 because I clearly forgot about it.
Wilbur.
You don't have to.
Oh.
All right, Rattlers, we will get started in just a very, very few minutes. If you're online, what you're seeing is our food drive for our FAMU students. To make this will go to the food bank as soon as the meeting is over today. They are expecting and thankful that we thought about it because every bit helps at this time. So if you're online and you want to contribute so that we can go purchase more groceries, please Cash App us. The Cash App is $220QB Club. So we'll get started in just a few minutes, but if you're tuned in and wondering what that food is, it's going up to our FAMU students, going up to the Student Health Center, which is where the food pantry is on campus. And if you'd like to participate online, please do. Please Cash App us. No amount is too big or small. We'll get started in just a couple of minutes.
I'm thinking out loud. That's okay. Don't answer yourself, though. Don't answer. How you doing, Sam? No, go ahead. No, I got
All right, how's everybody doing today? That almost sounds like we got a W Saturday. How y'all feeling today? Yeah, we haven't always felt this way. We need to appreciate it and relish it. As always, it's a pleasure to be in front of everyone today. I don't take it lightly to always see these great rattlers show up. If you just tuned in, one of the first things you saw was our camera shot of our table, our food drive, and things are still coming in. It's no secret of what's going on in the country right now and SNAP benefits, and some students were getting SNAP benefits. That's gone way back from when I was in school. Some students were able to get by using SNAP benefits. So with that, what we're going to do is, after the meeting, we're going to drop this off at the FAMU food pantry. They have a very good food pantry that they maintain at FAMU, but we do understand that it's being strained with the current situation in the country. So we do what rattlers do, jump in and try to help our young rattlers to make sure that they can progress, make sure they can have something to eat, because you can't study when you're hungry. If that stomach is too loud, it drowns out whatever you're trying to read. So We're doing our part, and we encourage other Rattlers, if you're online, if you want to participate, please Cash App us a donation. All donations in Cash App from today will be used to go purchase groceries that will go to the FAMU Student Food Pantry. All right? This weekend's game is Alabama A&M in Huntsville. Make sure you watch it on ESPN Plus, but turn this volume down and listen to us on 96.1 on our network. Our announcers know our players better than anybody, and Brian Fulford and Albert Chester are doing a remarkable job calling the games. And of course, the 220 Quarterback Club, the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club, is a sponsor of the Rattler Football Network as our partners, the Rattler Boosters as well. As we said last week, we're going to continue to make sure we partner to make things better for Florida A&M. Without further ado, and after Colzie, we got some great news that we're really excited about. And that'll be right after Coach Colzie. So, boss man, don't sneak out early today, boss man. You're going to miss the news. You know, boss man sneak out all the time, yo. Go raise hell with the coach and then take off. But anyway, without further ado, from the Rattler Boosters, I'd like to bring up Mr. Selvin Cobb.
Good afternoon, fellow Rattlers. We got some, as Vaughn said, we got some great news that's going around on campus at the university. And it's always a pleasure to be on here greeting our audience after a victory. We always say the orange is brighter and the green is always tighter. Okay, so we got that great feeling here this morning. That's always good news. Always, yes. Just bring you some up-to-dates on what's happening on campus. First of all, we're not skipping this week, but I'm just going to move ahead, and then I'm going to come back to some other things that's going on campus. On the luncheon, there is a luncheon. So at 11:30 on Friday. If you haven't not bought your tickets, please go online, purchase your tickets. You can do that at www.famurattlerboosters.com. You can get your tickets there for the luncheon. There are still some seats available. So if you want to do that, for those folks that's online, you want to go ahead and do that as well. On Saturday, we're gonna say at 12 o'clock. We're gonna say 12, but we haven't got an official announcement yet. But we're gonna have a bus that's going from the Grand Hyatt Hotel to Camping World Stadium. Now, we have already filled one bus. Now, we only ordered two, but we got one bus that's already been filled. So if you want to catch that bus, we want to ask you to go online at the same website, www.famurattlerboosters.com, to purchase your tickets for the bus on Saturday morning. Now, the good thing about that bus is on Saturday night after the game, there's the basketball team have a game that's going on, and there's anybody that's ever driven around Orlando, there's always traffic, but there's really traffic during the Florida Classic. But on the bus, we will have police escort to and from the stadium, so you don't have to worry about getting stuck in traffic, because we'll have escorts both places, going and coming. So, and after the party, after that party, we're gonna have I'll go ahead and claim it, our victory celebration. So we have our celebration there in the hotel. So you'll be first in line to get into the celebration as well. Okay. Now, on the what's happening on campus, we've had beginning. I started off with volleyball. We've we're running in about seventh place, and we are the SWAC 2024 division champs, and we're running at about seventh place in our conference. But don't worry about it. You know, we gonna close. We're gonna close it because our tournament is going to be here at Lawson Center on Sunday on your way back. If you're living in Tallahassee, you want to come back in enough time so you can get to the championship volleyball game. So you catch the volleyball game at, I think it's around 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. But we want to make sure that you're here to catch the volleyball game. Sunday afternoon. Tell me about it. Oh, Sunday. Did I say Sunday? Did I say Saturday? Okay. Like Eddie Jackson always say, you know, that's what I said. Sunday. Okay. It's amazing how things slip around on us. On the football conference, currently, if the championship ended tonight, you would have Jackson State playing Prairie View. Prairie View is a Western Conference champ, and Jackson State is the Eastern Division champ. So that would be the current standings at this time. But of course, the conference doesn't end tonight, so we'll know how that's going to come out. But on our games this coming week, we will have. I had a schedule here. Yeah, I misplaced it. But anyway, there are games this coming week, and we're going to our game, as Vaughn has said, our game is at 2 o'clock, and I believe that's on SWAC to go TV. So you'll be able to watch the game and, of course, listen to it on 96.1. Everybody knows how well our announcers are, right? And those guys are great announcers. They know our players better than anybody else. So we want to make sure that we're listening to the game. And that's at 2 o'clock Central Time. That's at 2 o'clock Central Time. So for those that's on the East Coast, that's going to be at 3 o'clock. Okay, those are, I see our coaches made it at. So those are all the announcements that I have. Anybody else got any questions? Questions of our boosters? Vaughn?
All right, thank you, Selvin. I just want Selvin to know how much I appreciate him rounding up all that information, because it's quite a lot to keep up with what our teams are doing, 14 teams, and to put them into one time slot of where everything that's going on. So thank you for that, Selvin, doing that every week. Give him a round of applause, please. Once again, at the coaches luncheon, I will be hosting the athletic directors and the coaches conversation. And for those in the past, they've rearranged it. So y'all make sure you're on time, because they put the coaches and athletic directors up front. because they're going to do afterwards that some of the events that they did on, I think maybe the night of distinction, they're moving that into one event. So make sure you're on time for the Florida Classic luncheon, kickoff luncheon, because the coaches and the athletic directors are going to be on the front end, where in the past they were the last thing to go. And I never could figure that out anyway, because everybody was tired by the time we got up there, and they tell me to hurry it up. So we'll be on the front end with the coaches at the luncheon. If you've never been to the luncheon, like Silva said, it's really one of the most amazing. It's truly HBCU excellence. It's sold out every year. They have a nice meal. They give you good amenities, little bags to go. Sometimes they're footballs in them, fans, or whatever in there, Florida Blue. Don't forget, there's the Battle of the Bands on Friday night. The new ranking came out, and FAMU is ranked number 2. North Carolina A&T is ranked number 1. After them formations we made last week, I have no idea how they could jump anybody over our band, but hey, it is what it is. But anyway, so the Marching 100 is doing well, and all they need to do is maintain second place to make the ESPN Band of the Year competition once again. So we're hoping Dr. Chipman, we know in the Florida Classic, they pull out all the stops, and so we can expect that. We will not be meeting next week because y'all head down to the Classic so early and prepare to head down to the Classic, and we won't be meeting Thanksgiving weekend. But December 3rd, I think it is, we'll be having our holiday celebration edition of the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club before we break for the holiday break. So just remember, we'll send that information out next week and remind you the week after about our holiday celebration. We want that to be special as we take a quick break. Once again, for those who just tuned in or are online, please donate via Cash App, $ 220 QB Club. We are stocking the student pantry at FAMU. Before Coach Colzie starts speaking, or I'm going to flash over to show our table. I'm really proud of the members of the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club. That's a lot of food. That's a lot of food. But we know the need is great, and we want to make sure that our students, we talk a lot about athletics, and we do a lot for athletics, but we're concerned about our entire university. And an everyday student that doesn't play a sport is just as important to us. So thank you for everyone who took time to go, and we will probably on the 3rd do it once again because food runs out when the need is this great. If you're online, please donate to the Cash App so that we can continue to supply our young men and young ladies with some good food, some nutrition. All right. Without further ado, the head coach of the Florida A&M Rattlers, coming off a big win in Arkansas, James Colzie III.
Good afternoon, everyone. I guess I'll start with, want to make sure I say thank you. We had about 400 to 500 people travel to Pine Bluff this past weekend. So I want to just say thank you to them for showing out as always. And we heard you. Did we not, Vino? Bobby? We heard them. They're familiar with the Pine Bluff Stadium. The fans are right on top of you, and so we were definitely excited to see, as I mentioned, a few hundred that did travel to Pine Bluff. I don't know how they got back, but they definitely made it. MVPs this week, we're -1 today. Thad Franklin, the MVP for offense, was running back Thad Franklin. He is taking a quiz. We need him to graduate this fall so he can get off our books. So he had to take a quiz, so that's why he is not here this afternoon. But our offensive MVP was Thad Franklin with 26 carries, 122 yards, and 1 touchdown. Our defensive MVP, defensive end Brian Norris, sitting here to our right, number 4, 7 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and then a sack. And then our special teams MVP is our punter, Bobby Ingsler, and he's here for a different reason, because he didn't punt that much, which is always a blessing. Offensively, well, he only had 2, but with an average of 52 yards for the game. So, but those are our MVPs that for this week. Just other notable players. Well, first I'll go with offense. Offense had a 444 total yards this past game, and that's always. And we shoot for 300 to 350, but they messed around and got 444. My man Jamal Haley again. There goes that guy. 7 for 74 yards. 7 carries for 74 yards rushing with another touchdown. Quarterback R.J. Johnson, 17, 25, 235 yards, where he had 2 touchdowns. And each week they kept mentioning how he had never thrown an interception, so it was bound to happen. He did throw his first interception of his career, but again, 235 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns thrown, and then had 1 interception. And then you got Goldie Lawrence, 5 catches for 95 yards for another touchdown. And we get on Goldie for his penalties. He didn't have a penalty this week, so that's probably more important than the touchdown that he may have had this past Saturday. I don't know if you guys noticed, but our offensive line, Friday we were dealt a difficult blow with one of our offensive linemen being injured, and it just happened to be Ashton Grable, one of the best offensive linemen in the conference, and came down with an injury, so he was not able to play this past Saturday. But we threw in, but Kiki and Caleb Riley, 2 young guys, stepped in and did a really, really good job to help us get over that 444-yard mark as far as the offense goes. So a huge shout out to those 2, and then our other offensive linemen as they were able to step up and provide the necessary backup once Big Grable was able to Big Grable was not able to play. But defensively, another shout out again to our defensive line. We talked about trying to hold their run game under 100 yards. We were able to do that, keeping them under the 100 right at 96 yards. Then also Nayron Jenkins, linebacker Nayron Jenkins, who also has 6 tackles, another tackle for loss, and then Antonio Cameron, defensive end, who had 5 tackles and was able to add a sack. So, again, just, 3 quarters, played good football, then messed around and turned into an offensive marathon in the 4th with 35 points were scored. Had the opportunity offensively on 2 occasions to score touchdowns. They did. Off defensively, we had an opportunity to shut them down, and we were not able to. But again, lessons learned. Extremely excited to win the football game. You go on the road and obviously play a team as hungry as Pine Bluff was, but we were able to step away with the win. Excited about the win, and I think the guys may be a little bit angry with me right now, but we had practice this morning, and until the Eddie Jackson 220 Club decides to build a dome for football, y'all know the weather that we had to battle this morning for practice at 6:30. Well, maybe some of y'all know because y'all might have been in bed, but for us, we battled the elements. Had a 90-minute practice. I don't really want to tell them how cold it was. I did lie to them. I told them that it felt like 50 this morning. So they went out there and gave us their best effort this morning. But great practice yesterday. Great practice today. We got 2 more days to get ready for Alabama A&M, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to go on the road and represent the Rattlers the best way we know how. So other than that, any questions? Looking forward to answering.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, boss.
Listen, I noticed the announcers kept saying Saturday. I was here at the film, so I didn't get to see it until the 2nd quarter. that our defensive backs are young. Are all of our defensive backs first year fam? Because they kept saying that we are very, very young defensive backs.
I wish they were, but they're not. We got a pretty old group back there. You got a guy that's started 2-year starter for us at the cornerback position. You have another safety that's a 2-year starter for us. Now we do have a couple guys that are in their first year, but just not playing as well as expected that I thought they would. But I'll tell you this, those are guys that wherever they've come from, the Appalachian States, the UCFs, I'm trying to think, where's that from? Not that. Where's Charlotte? Some of the transfers that we brought in. We're still got some time, and they continue to work. But we're not as young as many people may think we may be.
Coach, I got one. Someone texted me and asked me, Cumberlander. He played defensive back last year.
Cumberbatch?
Cumberbatch,
yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Frat brother.
Mhm.
Yes. Is he hurt?
Well, he was hurt early in the year, and we had him at linebacker. But now, in the last couple of weeks, we moved him back to the defensive backfield, and he's played the last 2 weeks, special teams, and has played some safety for us. But he was hurt early in the year.
How you doing, Coach?
Hey, boss, how are you?
Just fine. Coach, I know in the game that the game is to play to play to win and not to lose.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but in the game on Saturday when we was up bad, I think 10-14 in the fourth quarter.
We were up 10 points more than likely, because we kept scoring and getting up 10. Kept scoring, getting up 10. Those are the two. We went 17-7, and I want to say it was 24-14, and I think it was 31-21 were the scores. Or defense, we gave up a touchdown within the next 2 or 3 minutes on back-to-back possessions. If I'm saying what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so I guess you're saying what I'm saying, but do we play to win all the time, or do we play not to lose?
I'm trying to win every single game.
But it appears, I was ready to leave the TV, man, because I know and there's no way in the devil that they're going to come back on us.
Okay.
And then when I look at the final score, 28-31. So,
Yeah, we had. I mean, it was 35 points in the fourth quarter. It just became a track meet. We had a couple situations where we probably I hate to say it, might have scored too early. But we had a couple long runs. Jamal Haley hit one for about 40 that put us up 10. Then we kicked off, and trying to keep the ball in front, trying to negate maybe how quick they may score. And then offensively, we come right back out we talk situational football with Thad Franklin on a situation where he probably didn't need to score, but he takes about 50, 60 yards, and if he doesn't score, we still win by 3, right? We still win by 3, but we probably just need the game anyway. So situationally, would have loved for him to run and stop at the 1-yard line, so we won't have to deal with those next 10 points that might have been scored throughout the game. But if you're asking whether we're trying to win, and I'm going for it on 4th down at midfield, I should tell you I'm trying to win every single game that we have.
How's it going, Coach?
Yes, sir. How are you?
What would be the significance of the Mississippi Valley game after the conference is through?
Well, it just means that we'll spend Thanksgiving here. That's the only significance. The game moved from October 4th to now it'll be played that Saturday, Thanksgiving week. We're not playing in Atlanta. We gotta go all the way down to the beautiful city of Edabina to play November 29th.
Will it have any reference or bearing on the conference standings?
Yeah, it will. It will. Win, lose, or draw, right? It's considered a conference game. We're just playing it a little bit later than we were hoping to play it. Lou,
Congratulations
thank you.
on the win.
Mhm.
Appreciate it. Once again, y'all give up too soon. Just because you're ahead doesn't mean it's over. You got to play to the very end. They shouldn't have had that many points on y'all. Y'all give up. I got you after this meeting. They shouldn't have had that many points on all of us.
Agreed.
You played well, but you cannot give up. I noticed how when they were behind, well, they were behind all the time, but when they made that touchdown, they got more fire in them, and they kept striving and kept working and working to get better and to win. I'm glad defense kept them down, but y'all got to have that same fire, even hotter than they did, so they won't get any more points like that. So talk to your teammates. Let them know y'all got to fight to the bitter end. Blood, sweat, and tears. That's what I want to see. All right?
I will. I'll say this. I know we had a couple opportunities. We had a big run that scored a touchdown to make it 24-7. And you go to the replay. A flag was called. And we've had a couple of situations where we've scored. Would have probably put us up, more comfortable, and then a flag was called. I don't want to get fined for anything, but we've had some tough calls go against us, I feel, this year. And again, no excuses, and you have to fight through any of the adversity. But I can assure you, we go up 24-7 after that big run. It's a completely different football game. But it went against us. Appreciate they didn't give up, or they need to stop giving up. For me, we got to get that killer mentality. I think that whether you're up 10, 17, 24, realize that the game's never over. And we've been in a few games where great first 3 quarters and then 21 or 28 points are scored in the fourth. So game does change a little bit when you're playing another team that gets behind. It changes what they may do, because for us, we wanted to stop the run because that's who they were. But credit to what some of the stuff they were doing as far as what going against what we maybe have started taking away. But I will say this: the excitement would have been a lot less if situationally, and again, it's hard to tell Thad Franklin not to score a touchdown on that last drive. But if he does, then now we just knee it out, and then there's no onside kick, there's no extra touchdown. So we had a chance, great talk with him about it, and situationally we might have failed that. So and that's again a conversation with a veteran player that we need to continue to have, because if he does not score, we knee it out, we win, and we don't have to worry about an onside kick. We don't have to worry about another possible touchdown given up. So we got to help them as well. I think our guys they fight every day, I feel, and at times coaching staff, we got to put them in better situations than we may have been putting them in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kill them
Coach.
what I asked.
There you go.
I have a different opinion about our defense this year, because I just think we've just had some bad luck. For instance, we've been holding, and then it seems like the next play we miscommunicate. Like when we played, like here at Jackson State, we held them. They had to go on 4th, and they almost walked in. Because when I'm looking at the Jumbotron, I said, well, ain't nobody on the right side. It was like we miscommunicated. But I just really have been much more impressed with the defense. The amount of time that we've held in that area, but then all of a sudden, it's like we lose communication or something, and they score on us.
Well, and Bino will tell you, man, our biggest issue this year on defense right now has just been third down. When you really look at When you look at an individual deal, you win first down, you win second down. We had about 3 or 4, and this past Saturday, we had about 3 or 4 third down and longs where defensively you should be getting off the field. Like you should, it could be third down and 10, and they get 3 or 4 yards, and you get them off the field. But third down and long, and I'm going into real detail as far as defensively where we feel we need to just get better, and it's specifically third down and long. So we want to get better. We're striving to get better, and I think that some of the things that we may be doing defensively, again, I don't think Bino wants to be great on first and be great on second and then be bad on third. You know what I mean? But that's just probably been our biggest thing on defense has been third down.
Hey, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Question, recruiting. At what point will we focus on high school kids, or if we go into the portal, get a kid that has more than 1 year of eligibility?
Well, right now, I'll just say, we will sign about probably 7 or 8 high school kids right now, because the landscape of recruiting has changed, right? You have high school guys right now that are trying to get to universities in January. So we'll sign about 6, 7 high school kids just to come in January. Then you're probably looking at another 8 to 10 JUCO kids, because again, you want them to be early, and then the portal opens up January 2nd for the NCAA guys. So it can run we'll get probably anyway for 20 to 25 total guys to be here in January. It could be a mixture of high school, junior college, and then portal. Because we're losing 30. So because of the roster limits and what you're able to have, when I can't lose 20 and then try to bring in 40. We're going to lose 25. So with us losing 25, now you're going to, give or take, you're going to lose a couple guys that you thought may come back. But we graduated 25 seniors, or guys that are going to be playing their last game. So we lose 25. That means we got to bring in 25.
Coach,
Yes, sir.
the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
You only have the kids for 6, 7 months.
Mhm.
Would it be better to go out and recruit the high school kid and keep them for 4 years? That way you will know what you got. Kids coming in that portal, it takes away your coaching ability, because that kid is only here for 6, 7 months, and they come in with the expectation of playing. But if you bring a kid from a freshman through to a senior, you would know that kid.
If they stay.
How long do you want this answer to be?
Well, I want you to look at, does it take away the coach's ability to coach?
Well, I'll say this. How about I give you this scenario? That's a great question. Okay, so these are 2 guys that are from the portal right now. Brian Norris, how many years have you been here with us? This is his second year, right? Okay. Bobby, this is his first year here with us. Okay, so let me ask you this, all right? In our conference, right? I base our conference. A lot of the best players that are in our conference, you think those are high school guys, or do you think those are portal guys? No.
They're portal kids.
The portal kids. So now if you're gonna give me a contract and give me 4 years and let me build all this team of high school teams, I can do that. But you gonna give me 4 years to build off of high school? Hey, y'all didn't give me 4 months. If you're
Right, I understand what you're saying.
if you look at a lot of the great players that are in our conference, right? They're portal guys. So now if it's and don't get me wrong, there are conferences where high school guys are valued really, really strongly, and you're able to build. But in our conference and in the portal landscape, right? That's our conference. So the championship that we won in 23. We only had Musa wasn't a high school guy. Isaiah Major wasn't a high school guy. Anthony Dunn wasn't a high school guy. Right? Kellen Bowler wasn't a high school guy. You look at our team that we won, right, with a bunch of portal guys on our football team. Now, academically, we might not have been where we needed to be, but I mean, our football team, right, was a lot of portal guys. Now, again, we had some really good high school players on that team as well. I want to make sure I say that we had some really good high school players. But in our conference, right, a lot of the better players, right, are guys that went through the portal, immediately bought into what was given or portrayed by that football team culture wise. But can you win with high school guys? Absolutely. I mean, you're gonna have some good high school players as well. But I just don't think you can hang your hat on all portal guys, and I don't think you can hang your hat on all high school guys as well.
Well, the money, what is it, NIL?
NIL, yes.
With that money that the bigger schools are paying, they come down and get players from you.
Yeah.
Now, what does it leave for the coach of your conference or our class of schools that we participate against?
Well, I mean, when I first got the job, I talked to you guys about NIL, right? And I talked about the different things that we have and maybe we don't have. Alabama State, Jackson State have NIL. They have a strong NIL base, and it started with them. I want to say last year. So they have a strong base of NIL, right? Whereas maybe some other teams in our conference may not have. You know what I mean? But I mean, to say that NIL is not playing a role in our conference, it is. It is, and it's playing a huge role. All right. So I mean, I don't. Yeah, I wish I could go into some more detail with you. And if you want to pull me to the side, we can talk. I mean, Vaughn knows. I mean, we're about to lose somebody, and we had to have a conversation. So I mean, just in the landscape of recruiting, the landscape of the conference, there's the portal has played a huge role. Right, and I wish if I could look at some of the names that we have brought in here as our MVPs every week. Majority of those guys that you've seen, they were in the portal. They came from us or came to us in the portal. So, but I do think, again, you have the ability to graduate and bring in some quality high school guys, because Ricky Taylor, our starting offensive lineman, high school guy. Charles Davis, starting offensive lineman, high school guy. You know what I mean? So there are Nayron Jenkins, starting linebacker, high school guy. So I think can you live off of all of it? I don't think I can bring in 40 portal guys and then say we're going to have the great football team. I disagree with that. But I do think that, just you play yourself a really tough stretch as far as having a bunch of high school guys, right, on your football team. Now, how old are you, Brian, if you don't mind me asking?
25.
Brian's 25 years old. Okay, can you imagine 18-year-old kid coming in trying to play against this guy right here? Guy's paying a mortgage right now. Yes. So I'm asking. So, but and my point is though, just because of the fact that a lot of the teams in our conference are going that route, whether it's portal or JUCO. So that's and again, we've had our success with some, and we've had some failures with some. Don't get me wrong.
Coach, this is the last question. It's coming from online, and since we're off next week, I will allow this question. Bethune-Cookman has quite a passing attack. I'm not going to read the rest of that, but are we preparing for that potent passing attack?
We're preparing for Alabama A&M.
Well, I only asked it because we're not meeting next week.
Yeah, I mean, I'll don't get me wrong. We play similar teams, and you get a chance to watch what they're doing, and and again, you're gonna face teams that are gonna see what other teams are doing and where they've had success, and if we don't play better pass defense this week, right, we ain't gotta worry about next week, right? So we gotta play better this week to make sure we can get ourselves prepared for next week. So I think, is that the answer? So you go with that one?
All right. All right. When the meeting is over, somebody's job is to watch Leroy and make sure he doesn't get any of the food that we supposed to take up to the food pantry for the kids. Somebody watch Leroy. We got to get this food up to the kids. Once again, if you're online, please help us out with a donation on Cash App today. I'm very, very proud of the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club. You showed out today. We had to move the players over here because we had to spread the food out. We're going to take that up to the FAMU Student Food Pantry as soon as the meeting is over. The next drive will be on our December 3rd day. We're off next week for the Florida Classic and the following week for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to send a reminder to you on both weeks that we're off to make sure that we can fill up this whole table up here because our kids need to eat so they can study. You can't study on an empty stomach. I don't know. Another member of the board of directors keeps the Cash App phone, so I don't know until afterwards. Then I get the report. But we will report on December 3rd how much we got to go buy via Cash App to go buy groceries. So it's important. Everybody give. Everybody give. We need that support. All right. It's time to honor our MVPs. Dr. Jackson, can you come up? All right. Right before we do that, we got a thank you card from our very own Wilma Wiggs. We're going to do that later. Okay. All right. Our MVP, offensive MVP, is taking his test. Dan Franklin, offensive MVP. Who sponsored the trophies? The Cobbs. They just went down and filled in the rest of the blanks when they came for homecoming. So that's what they do. Lloyd and Ella, thank you so much for your support. Offensive MVP for the FAMU versus Arkansas Pine Bluff game, Thad Franklin. And y'all gonna get off my running back for not scoring that touchdown. For scoring the touchdown. Thad's not here. Thad's the class. It's kind of hard to do. That's tough. Oh, okay. Y'all gonna go ahead. All right. Our defensive MVP for the FAMU versus Arkansas Pine Bluff, Brian Norris, defensive end. Brian, give them your name, classification, what city you from?
My name is Brian Norris. I'm from Chiefland, Florida. I'm a super senior. I graduated with my bachelor's and my master's, and I'm currently getting another bachelor's in psychology. So I'll be a graduate of Florida A&M this season.
All right. Did Mr. Ansley just say, I'm glad I don't have to feed him? That's why our nutrition program is so important. Y'all. We don't bring no little kids up here. Oh, that's your family?
We need 2 locks off that head.
Uh-oh, got the family connection. That's how we do. FAMU versus Arkansas Pine Bluff. Special Teams MVP, corner Bobby Inksler.
know I said it wouldn't be up here again, but it's not bad this time. We're good. Bobby Ainksler. I'm a redshirt freshman from Tallahassee, Florida, and I'm majoring in business administration.
You can hit him, Ken.
Yeah.
He can point, that's one thing.
Went to Child's Hospital. Okay, Wilma, could you come up here, please? This is somebody you all never see come around. This is somebody you all never see on camera, but she is the gatekeeper at the front. Do not try to slip in by Wilma, or it's going to be a price to pay. She's been a dedicated servant and make sure that our finances are straight and somebody we can always depend on. And she recently lost her mother. So we wanted to make sure we let her know how much we appreciate her and thank her for always, for years, supporting the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club. So Wilma, this is for you, as well as some financial donations from the members of the club. Let's give Wilma a standing ovation, please.
Since this is our old people club, we had some people who forgot to bring a gift, so they gave cash, so we got cash.
Thank you all very much. And for the people online.
Okay, my mother lived in Palaca, Florida. Yeah.
Big city black.
And we have a nice thank you card, and there was a funeral program circulated, if anybody wanted to see it. Said in appreciation, thanks for the floral arrangement, calls, texts, prayer, and all acts of kindness during my mom's illness and passing. Gratefully acknowledging and thanking you for your kind expression of sympathy. With love, the family of Margaret Care Wiggs, Wilma B. Wiggs.
All right, thank you, Wilma. Okay. All right. We got another $700 donation toward the $1 Million campaign, and thanks to the efforts of our board, the confusion of the name of our account at the FAMU Foundation has been resolved. It has officially been named the Eddie Jackson $1 Million campaign account. We've got that. And the $700 is from Kevin Bussey from Tallahassee, Florida. So thank you, Mr. Bussey. All right. When the special announcement coming up now, Boss Man about to go. He gonna be standing at the door. But anyway, when I made the transition, when I was told by Dr. Jackson, when I was told that I would be leading this group, one of the things in looking at the landscape of how this group would move forward, to me, was that this club excelled in our business practices. So Dr. Jackson called me excited the other day, just after visiting, curiously, Mr. Jackson. And she stopped by the post office, and what she found in the post office box was our official 501c3 designation. And let me tell you, she worked tirelessly. She's going to say everybody did. She worked tirelessly to make this happen. We pulled in some professionals to make sure that this happened. But this will help us with our operations as we move forward and gives us a little more flexibility. for smaller things, like when we're raising money for iPads and those sorts of things, this will allow people to donate directly to us and get the write-off directly from us without having to circle through the foundation. For larger donations, we probably still want the safety net of the foundation. But for the smaller things, we can operate a little more efficiently in-house. Not a little more, a lot more efficiently, especially with smaller things. So the board will be meeting, and we'll be meeting with some business professionals and accounting professionals to make sure that we stay on task. We'll have regular reports as we have to report. So I want to thank Dr. Jackson, the CEO, who took that from start to finish. The board had some insight, but truly the legwork was done by Dr. Jackson. So this is a great day that makes me very happy as we try to move forward to continue to support FAMU athletics and our university in general. So thank you, Dr. Jackson. You got to say something.
I don't have to say anything. But I can't take the credit for this. All of the board members chipped in, and probably some of you too. But we are so happy. I'm just so happy that I had kind of forgotten about it because we had turned the application in some time ago, and then with the shutdown, I said, "Oh, we might never ever hear from them." But then I had forgotten it in recent weeks, and yesterday, of course, I was out at the cemetery. When on my way home, I stopped at the post office, and it's just like Eddie has sanctioned that this is happening. So, well, I couldn't wait to call Vaughn and tell them, and the rest of the board, sent them a copy, took a picture of it and sent it to them. We're just so happy. And thank you so much, my friend Gail. I hope this makes you very happy. She's been on us, wanting to know when it's going to happen. So thank you so very much. Thank all of you for all that you do. Okay?
All right. Wonderful, CEO. All right. We will see you all December 3rd. We are going to send you emails the next 2 weeks reminding you that we're going to continue the food drive for our students at FAMU, which is much needed. They were so excited to find out that we were going to bring food to them. So that lets you know there's a need with their excitement at the FAMU Food Pantry. All right, everyone, safe travels to Orlando and back. And have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we will see you December 3rd for our end of the year roundup. And some will see each other in Huntsville.
Whack TV. How do we get that on her phone? Dr. Walker.